From LALATE News headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Mornings LALATE.
It's Friday, March 12, 2021, and the President of the United States signed into law yesterday your $1,400 third stimulus check bill. And then he held a press conference last night, but he didn't mention your $1,400 third stimulus check. Why not? And what does this mean for stimulus? Will there not be a stimulus stampede? As millions of Americans who tune into this channel now understand that there's $5,000 to $20,000 available for them under third stimulus, what will happen to other people who don't know about this money? Do you now have a clear advantage to get money under the stimulus package before others? And what items will be automatic and what items won't be automatic? And among the non-automatic items, how difficult will it be to get them? I have all those questions answered for you. As Mornings LA goes into its second hour across the land, let's get to it right now. If you're tuning in to a channel like this to learn about your $1,400 stimulus check, you know it exists and you know it's going out. But you're likely a little bit more sophisticated than that. You likely now understand that there's a stimulus package that has more than just a stimulus check in there and that can pay you a lot of money. And you've probably heard about those other provisions and you're interested in them, but you're not quite sure how do you get them? How easy is it to get? I'm going to show them to you all right in this recording. But first, hit that subscribe button. Also, like this video. If you're not become a member, consider becoming a member. I can fully believe that at this point, the third stimulus package, the way it has been debuted to the American people, which has literally been utter silence other than saying there's a stimulus check, now puts you at a distinct advantage as a subscriber to this channel. Because millions of Americans have not been told by the president in a primetime address what else is in there. The only way you'll know it is from word of mouth or from watching this channel. But in this recording, I'm going to show you how I think there's certain levels of understanding that you'll have to get over to get certain items. Let's get to them right now. The stimulus check is the easiest item to get because at this point, people have already dealt with the situation of a first and second. And if they confronted a problem with the first and second, they sort of generally know how to fix it. Let me go over that right now. If you didn't get a first or second, or you're missing one of the first and seconds, you already know there's a problem. And the problem stems from the IRS not knowing where you are. So you need to request that missing first or second stimulus check on a tax return. You need to file a tax return and request it. But if you received your first or second stimulus check eventually, you know now that everything is relatively calmed out, that you're going to get this one as well. Along with the stimulus check comes the tracking of the stimulus check. And I even see it in the comments of this video right now. Viewers are asking one another, did anyone get it in their bank account yet? And they'll be asking that question again tomorrow. Did anyone see it appear in their bank account yet? With that comes the following two items. First, the IRS tracking website, which has been sort of the keystone cop of this channel since 2020. It doesn't work. The IRS.gov tracking tool to track your stimulus check never works. And no matter how many videos I make about it not working, people expect it to work. And when it doesn't, they panic. Understand, it's not going to work. Number two. Last December, we learned a trick about how to track your stimulus check. And the way you could track it is sign into irs.gov. You go to irs.gov, you set up a username and password, you go in there, and you do what's called a transcript. A transcript is inside the website, and you can track all the activity of yourself. It will show when you last filed a tax return or the last stimulus check you'll see. And that transcript trick works because it shows, for example, stimulus check went out today electronically to you of $1,400. It would show something like that. That trick still works. So I expect fully at the time of the end of this recording. People are just going to zoom to irs.gov and start to track that direct deposit stimulus check if you are that person. Now, if you're not a direct deposit recipient of anything, then certainly you know you're not getting a paper check this weekend. The people who are getting direct deposit stimulus checks this weekend are the following three groups. People, one, who receive benefits like SSI or SSDI, Social Security or railroad benefits, direct deposit every month. That includes, of course, people receiving on a card. Same thing, anything that's electronic. Number two, people who got the first or second stimulus check electronically. That's also you. And number three, the people who did their 2020 tax return and updated their direct deposit information. Those are the people who would get the check this weekend electronically. Now, I don't do this recording all the time, but I think now is the time to do the recording. How do deposits work? Deposits are sent from one bank to another bank. In this case, it's from the IRS to your bank. Every bank processes a direct deposit differently. Some banks don't do them on the weekends. Some do them that same day. Some of them do them in one day. Some do them in 2 days. Every bank is slightly different. And so there's no realm or reason how things are done. If you're a person who gets paid on a regular basis for electronic receipt, then you know that if something's coming, how quickly it appears and that it clears. Some banks hold the funds for 24 hours until it clears, others don't. Now here's a message I did see a little bit yesterday, and I'm only going to broadly answer it the following way. When it lands in your bank account, it's there. It's there for you to get. So if you see it there, take it out. I think you know what I'm saying. If you see it there, take it out. Don't just look at it. Go to the bank and take it out and put it in your pocket. That's my answer to your questions yesterday about that subject matter. Next, let's go to the other item. Under the second stimulus, I had a lot of people who are missing checks for people in the household. That could happen again. Husband and wife, 2 kids. How many stimulus checks will go out per household? 4. What is the household? Husband, wife, 2 kids. So if there are 3 kids, 1 kid's not going to get a stimulus check. Husband, wife, 2 kids, and grandma ain't getting a stimulus check. That's how it works. And what about the dependent who's on someone else's tax return? The person whose tax return they're dependent on is getting the stimulus check. What if you have a payee for benefits? That person's getting your stimulus check as well. And then there's all the confusing questions. Ultimately, this is going to be, again, one of those situations where if you have a confusing setup, then the confusing setup may happen. The ex-husband and the ex-wife and the ex-this and the ex-that. Just add it to the list of confusing situations. And we'll be back once again. If you're missing a stimulus check this time around, how do you fix it? IRS has yet to give us a detail. And it's actually a little bit peculiar because at this point, you may have filed a 2020 tax return to fix a second stimulus check missing. So what happens if you're missing the third stimulus check? How do you fix it this time? File another amended tax return? IRS hasn't yet to tell us that. When would paper checks and the debit card check come? Slightly thereafter. We haven't been given guidance about that date yet. So that's the stimulus check. What I want you to know about the stimulus check is that it is automatic, but it's dependent upon 2 factors. 1, IRS knows you exist, and 2, IRS knows where you are. If they don't, and you is referring to both you and your children or your family member, your household member. If IRS doesn't know the answers to either of those 2 questions, you may have an issue. Ultimately, you need to know where the issues are. And if you need to fix something, the only way to fix something is a tax return. In summer of last year, when I was outside recording, I said now is the time to do the non-filer filing right now because I think it's going to go away. It eventually went away. That non-filer filing went away. If you use it and it worked, good. You don't have to use it again. If you want to use it now, which I'm getting a lot of questions about people wanting to use the non-filer filing, you can't use it. You can't use the non-filer filing to fix things. And you can't call someone on the phone to fix it either. I've heard a lot of people wanting to call people up on the phone or go to an application and fix it on an application. No. What you're going to see as a common message in this stimulus package is the fix is a tax return. So that brings me back to where I started this video. On level of understanding, it's pretty easy to get a stimulus check. It's not a particularly difficult task. Donut guy could do it. But what's the next level of sophistication to get stimulus under the third stimulus package? Applying for things. Viewers of this channel like to apply for things. I've certainly seen that over the last year. The most common question is, where's the application? I want to go and apply. I got to that question a lot. So that's good. People like to apply. There's John. Thank you, John, for becoming a Purple Hawk. And there's Kaneka. Thank you, Kaneka, for becoming a Purple Hawk. Everyone welcome Kaneka and John for becoming a Purple Hawk. And anyone else I missed today. I guess those are the only two that I have missed so far. People on this channel like to apply. That's good, because you're going to have to apply for stuff. What things do you have to apply for in the third stimulus package to get? You have to apply for rent. You have to apply for student loan debt. You have to apply for the mortgage stuff. You have to apply for the utility stuff. You have to apply for the business stuff. What do you not apply for, but you still can get another way? The $10,200 of free, the first $10,200 that's tax-free of unemployment from 2020. Let me go over that again, because I just butchered that. The first $10,200 is tax-free for unemployment in 2020. How do you fix that or get that? There's no application for it. That is a tax return. How do you do? How do you inform the IRS that an extra child exists so that you get that $3,600 for child 5 or younger? Tax return. There's no place to go to IRS and say, hi, I have a new kid. You can't apply to say, hi, I have a new kid. The other things that require tax returns in this stimulus package, the hazard pay, $1,500, essential worker, hazard pay. So you're starting to see a series of items in this stimulus package where it's dependent upon a tax return. The child care tax, the child care money. $4,000 for a single child, or $8,000 up to, based upon 50% of your child care costs for children 13 or younger. How do you get that money? Tax return. So you're starting to see a recurring message that a lot of these things are being done through tax returns. This is where I bring you to this update in the video. In totality, the third stimulus package has really just 3 places for money. Either you don't have to do anything, it automatically comes. Number 2, it's via a tax return. Or number 3, it's via SBA. Almost all 3 of those are the places where the money is located. The exceptions are the rent, utilities, food, internet, mortgage assistance. That will be with the city and county. And the financial aid will likely be at your financial offices. But other than that, it's either going to be SBA for business things or tax returns to fix things. That was the decision of how they wrote this bill. Whether you like it or you don't like it, you're going to have to go to that tax preparer to get those items. And with that, at the 13-minute mark, I'm back in just 60 seconds with more breaking developments about what is in that stimulus package and how soon you could really see that stimulus check. Stay with LALATE shortly for more.
If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE.
From Wall Street to Main Street, this is LALATE.
I saw the great comments in the commercial break, and I think viewers understood what I meant in that earlier comment, which I'll repeat again. Yesterday, there was a lot of comments about what happens after the check lands, and the check lands, then this and that and that. My message early in this video, and I'm repeating it right now, when the check lands electronically in your bank account, take it out. Take out the funds and put it in your pocket. Do not leave it in the bank. If that is the situation you are thinking about in the back of your head, don't leave them in the bank account. Take them out of the bank and put them in your pocketbook. And there we go. The banks this time around will not be levying fees. If you've overdrawn $10, they're not going to put $10 against that stimulus check. They've promised not to do that. But anything other than that, just take the money out of the bank and put it in your pocket. And it answers your question very quickly. It's not taken out for child support under the stimulus package as well. Now, what about the sophistication of getting money and also the timing of getting money? The $1,400 third stimulus check will land in your bank account as early as today, and tomorrow we got that. What's next, and how quickly could things happen? SBA.gov is the alarm you need to sound, or the security system you need to have on watch, because the moment SBA goes live with an EIDL, if this is you, and you've watched the videos of this channel, including Business Lunch, which is coming up in about an hour from now, you need to be ready to apply that minute. However you apply for stuff under stimulus packages, whether it's on your phone or your computer, you have to have it ready. That's item number one. Number two, the next thing you need to have ready if you're ready to pounce for business assistance is that 2020 or 2019 tax return. You need to have it ready. You're going to see on the Business Lunch show, I'm going to talk about Schedule C a lot, but you need to have it ready near you. So if it's not near you, if it's, your sister has it in her house and you don't have a copy of it, you don't want to have that situation. You want to have it on your desk wherever you use your phone or you use your computer, so that when EIDL opens with SBA, you know exactly the number, you're ready to pounce. Same thing for rent, utilities, homeowners assistance, all those things. Those will be at your city and county. The message of purple is finding things when it's your city and county, whether state housing authority or state hall, or county housing authority or county hall, finding who will have this money. That's really a big task, and you can start that task right now. States have money under second stimulus, which is purple on afternoons in LA. They have money for rent and utilities and food now, but they're going to have more because of third stimulus. Finding where that agency is located may take a few hours on the phone. In LA County, I could not particularly tell you specifically where in LA County or LA City I would find the homeowner's assistance on the third stimulus package sitting right now. It's not something so obvious to even someone like myself. So ultimately, the message is very clear. If you want that money, do the research right now where it's going to be located, so that when it hits, you're first in line. It's sort of like, a sale for Black Friday. Know what you want, know when it's going to go on sale, know who's going to have it, and know how you're going to be able to pounce. You research Black Friday ahead of time. You don't show up on Saturday and expect the Black Friday sales items are still available. No, you're ready to pounce the minute the door opens on Black Friday. Same idea with stimulus. Finally, the important thing to understand is that throughout the next weeks, I will be showing you on this channel the application process for each of the items as they open. Everything is going to be slightly different, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot more questions and a lot more permutations, which I never envisioned. There's always something that happens with a stimulus check. Well, it didn't do this and it didn't do that. And there's always a new surprise and a new wrinkle we never heard before. Trust me, I will be here to answer those questions when they happen. But now, as we go to the bottom of the hour, I'm back with you at noontime LALATE, and we'll have big developments from Wall Street to Main Street about your stimulus and more. And then on noontime, a new show, not one, but two. First, Business Lunch returns with the big money about your business grants, and then March Madness. March Madness comes to LA as a selection show. Sunday is literally just hours away. I'll have all the countdown excitement for you about the NC2A tournament, the brackets, and a little bit more about the Players' Championship currently underway in Florida for golf. Very exciting news from Wall Street to Main Street and even to the basketball courts. Stay with LA for more.